What's up guys, Lifting here. Delve League is just around the corner, and in this video I'm going to present 5 solid League starters for you guys to get inspired by. For the first time ever in Path of Exile, we're about to try out the endless dungeon mechanic. We can only guess what types of builds are going to work well, which is why I've been rather conservative with the builds that I suggest in this video. I've left out any untested skills and focused on the ones that over time has proved themselves to be solid starters, so you guys can get a good start to the league, as opposed to just trying out new stuff, having a bad time, and etc. For future videos, once the meta has been established, we'll take a look at some of the new and redesigned skills. The first build on the list is by Natt, and it is his Burning Spectres summoner build. There's just something about the idea of staying near the crawler and letting your minions do the job, especially considering that staying near the crawler is going to be crucial in terms of survival, and more so the further you delve, of course. This should be working pretty well with the summoner. Natt's summoner build focuses on scaling the damage of either Tsukuhama's Vanguard Spectres or the Solar Guards. Each type of Spectre has its own strengths and disadvantages. The Vanguards, for instance, provide amazing single target damage, and the Solar Guards instead offers great clear speed potential. So you'll have to balance around these and choose what's the appropriate, or choose for what's appropriate to what you want to do at that time. The build is played as the Witch via the Necromancer ascendancy, and summoners are just so incredibly strong in this current meta, and while this particular build is a great league starter, it does come with the warning that if you're a new player per se, then summoners might be a bit too complicated to jump into as your first build. If you have a bit of experience, then go ahead and check it out, of course. The second build on the list is a double strike Juggernaut by ShihanPiotr. It's no secret that double strike is amongst the melee skills in the game that deals the most damage. It's also no secret that the Juggernaut is the ascendancy that in general provides the best defense. Pair these two together and you will have a very powerful and balanced character that should be able to do any content you so desire. It's not until you pop Vol double strike and the boys enter the party that the real fun begins. And as ShihanPiotr also points out, as one of the benefits of playing this build, it is that you can pretend to have friends by having your clones run around together with you. The build can be done entirely on a budget and is in general a very solid choice for a league starter, but also for people who are new to the game, as Shihan has written a very extensive guide to cover every question you might run into. I mean it like literally every single question. The third build on the list is my very own Ancestral Warchief Totem champion that I originally designed a long time ago and specifically for Uberlab farming, but it can pretty much do any content you feel like engaging in. This build has for a very long time remained fairly unchanged simply because not much was necessarily changing, so there's that. And that is, arguably also the case this time around. However, as some of you probably know, the Ancestral Warchief skill now has its very own Vol counterpart, namely Vol Ancestral Warchief. It is unfortunately not something I have any gameplay footage of, nor have I tried it, but the way it supposedly works is that when you press that Vol Ancestral Warchief, it will summon an Ancestor Totem that attacks nearby enemies with a powerful cascading slam. But even cooler, if the enemies are far away, the totem will actually leap slam the shit out of them. And I have always fantasized about a cascading, thick, wooden object to which I could use for those lonely nights when I want to poke my girlfriend on the other side of the bed, but I can't reach her because my arms are too short. As I said, I have no info about this skill besides what I just told you, so it's too early to speculate whether it would be good or not, but it's going to be very, very easy to try and test out without any changes to the build. So, all good fun. So for you guys who regularly watch my content, thank you by the way. I'm totally going to sound like a broken record here, but this build is just so damn enjoyable and well written, not to mention very fitting For a League starter, it is Enki's Archwitch Elementalist. And this is the type of build for you guys who roleplay a wizard in real life and have at least one character in-game with the word PoE added to it in some form or another. It's also very good for new players and of course works great on a budget. The build uses the powerful lightning skill Arc, which works by firing a lightning bolt from your penis, and then depending on the level of the skill, it will chain a certain amount of times towards other monsters. The chain effect and the sound effect is incredibly satisfying and obviously very powerful. Similar to Shihan's guide, Enki has written a thorough guide for you guys to follow, and I highly recommend this build. The fifth and final build on today's list is by VisorX, and it is a freezing pulse totem Hierophant. If I remember correctly, it was back in 3.3 or maybe even 3.2 that freezing pulse received a significant buff to both range and damage. The thing is, it was actually pretty damn good already without this buff. Regardless, that only means that you guys now get to enjoy a very solid, safe, and fast totem build by following Visor's guide. As the Hierophant Ascendancy, you will be able to summon up to 4 totems, each casting their own freezing pulse towards enemies. This leads to lots of damage and lots of shatters. And while there are suggested items to aim for, the build can actually be done very efficiently without any specific unique items, also making it a very solid solo self-found choice for anyone not wanting to trade. Oh, and the same thing can be said about Enki's guide, by the way. Another benefit to this build of Visors here is that if you prefer using Frost Bolts over Freezing Pulse, then you can simply do so. I have my own Frostbolt totem guide you can check out, and I will link it below, but a lot of you guys may already have tried that out. And if you like that but still want to try something a little different, then this build would be a good suggestion. Alright, I am of course once again going to give you the bonus build. And it is once again, after having featured this at least 400 times, DirtyDot's Blade Vortex Elementalist. What a surprise, right? It works by rapidly casting Blade Vortex. This will surround your character with spinning knives, and by moving close to enemies, these knives deal damage to them and you kill them. And Blade Vortex has great single target potential. It's a good boss killer, and it has like decent clear speed. However, to make up for the just decent clear speed, DirtyDot for this build here incorporates all 3 Herald skills to powerfully scale the damage of Blade Vortex itself, but also to rely on the secondary actions that proc from these Heralds, which in short provides you with tons more area of effect potential, as these have the possibility of spreading towards far away enemies, causing them to shatter, get electrocuted, and burn to death, or whatever happens to these things. DirtyDot's triple Blade Vortex build has been amongst the most popular builds since 3.2, and it is for good reason. If you haven't tried it already, make sure to give it a spin this time around. And those were today's builds that I wanted to showcase. If you're still not sure as to what to play, or if you need help with your character, come visit my Discord. In here we talk Path of Exile, and I even have a dedicated channel for you guys to seek help in if you need it. Subscribe for more of these types of videos. Once the league gets going and we get some proper feedback on the new skills, I'll be trying to find some guides for these and share them with you guys. Thank you to you guys over on Patreon. I appreciate your support. Good luck in Delve, and bros, do you even nerd?